Hello and welcome. You're with IndiaPostLive.com, India's first live interactive web television. This is your very own platform where you can engage, interact, voice your opinions, write in your posts, and of course send us your tweets at #IndiaPostLive and our handle @IndiaPostLive as we discuss various issues. You can also join in the conversation live simply by clicking on a participation button. Well, it's the 5th of November today, a little over a month after the ambitious Swachh Bharat Abhiyan was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. You will all remember it was launched on Gandhi Jayanti and it has been touted as the biggest cleanliness drive ever in independent India. All right, so we are going to do a status check. It's been a month. What has happened? Has there been a difference? And what exactly is the government planning? First, let's take a look at this audio visual.
भाइयों बहनों, महात्मा गांधी को सबसे प्रिय था सफाई, स्वच्छता। क्या हमारा देश स्वच्छ नहीं हो सकता है? अगर 125 करोड़ देशवासी तय कर लें कि मैं कभी गंदगी नहीं करूंगा, तो दुनिया की कौन सी ताकत है जो हमारे शहर गांव को आकर के गंदा कर सके?
Launched in the capital on Gandhi Jayanti, that is 2nd October this year, Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself wielded a broom and cleaned a road. The campaign is touted as India's biggest ever cleanliness drive. 3 million government employees and students of schools and colleges participated in this event. The mission was started as a tree with each of the 9 personalities nominated by Narendra Modi to in turn nominate 9 other people, and so on. It has been carried forward since then with famous people from all walks of life joining it. It's been a month since the campaign was launched, which targets covering the 4,041 statutory towns of India. Have we seen a drastic difference on our streets or in the capital? Political detractors call the campaign a mere eyewash and photo op. Skeptics say the mission is bound to fail as there is no planning to the task, only rhetoric. Where are the dustbins? What are the plans for the disposal and processing of the mountains of garbage? Where are the water connections for the existing toilets or 500 million toilets to be built? And when will sanitation systems be in place for almost 1 billion people defecating and bathing? And finally, will the new government be able to devise a sustainable development strategy and design methods where citizens and public agencies can engage directly? That is the question India Post Live is asking.
So many questions there. First of all, are we going to see a sustainable development strategy where citizens and public agencies can engage together for a truly clean India? All right, I'm joined online by Sanjeev Singh. He is the national co-convener of the IT cell of the BJP. Welcome to India Post Live, Sanjeev ji. It's always a pleasure to have you. I'm also joined by Shehzad Poonawala. He is a lawyer, an activist and a member of the Indian National Congress. Shehzad, welcome to India Post Live.
Thank you. Right now I'm a black screen for some reason.
A black screen? You mean you can't see me? So much of gandagi happening?
No, I can. No, I can see you. It's all clear now.
It's all clear now? Great. All right. We are also hoping to be joined by Nityanand Jayaraman, who is a renowned environmentalist for a short time, Shehzad, and that is when I'll really have to take him on. All right. Let me first ask you, Shehzad, the question. What are your first comments, opening comments about the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan? It's been a month.
See, first of all, even though I'm in an opposing party that is different from Mr. Sanjeev's party, I have welcomed the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan simply because it's a continuation of the program that has been started by the government of India years ago, whether you see the Nirmal Gram program or the other programs which were initiated to clean our cities at the local levels and at the state level. So the BJP is taking forward a UPA program once again, and so I applaud them for that. But there is another reason why I applaud them even more heartily. Swachh Bharat was an idea of Mahatma Gandhi. Right. Now for Godse's children, those who've learned, bred and lived their life under the training of Mr. Godse, the RSS, who hated Mr. Mahatma Gandhi, for them to embrace Mahatma Gandhi's program is so heartening. So even if nothing comes of Swachh Bharat, because Hindustan Times did a fabulous story, even if nothing comes of it, Mr. Modi's message to RSS in this covert manner, that leave Godse, leave the hate, and embrace Gandhi, itself is a big step for us. So even if India does not become clean, like see, Mr. Modi launched a clean Sabarmati program in Gujarat as CM, and when you see it, the Gujarat High Court castigated Mr. Modi for making it the third most polluted river in the country. So even though nothing may happen of it, I still welcome Mr. Modi's transformation and cleanliness from Godse to Gandhi.
All right. So you are saying that nothing may happen out of it, though you welcome the initiative. All right.
Yes, because
I get
because
it.
9 celebrities have been tagged and nothing concrete is happening. It's just an elaborate PR event.
That is what I wanted.
Still, I welcome it.
All right. Opening
It's an
comments. Of course,
elaborate
we'll
PR event. Modi
no, we will
does it.
elaborate. We will
Modi is
elaborate
brilliant
on
at
the
it.
skepticism. We will elaborate on the
Sure,
skepticism.
sure.
But you've said that it's a great initiative launched on Gandhi Jayanti. All right. Let me just leave it at that for the time being. Let me get Sanjeev ji now. Sanjeev ji, definitely a great initiative. And what Shehzad is saying, that you have again only carried forward policies that were already there. Your opening comments on the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan.
See, Shehzad Bhai is such a nice friend. He's a true gentleman. But I do not agree with everything which he says. I agree. Excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So, since you mentioned about Gandhiji, I would like to mention a few things which are, now we are in 67th year of independence.
Yeah.
Just 30% of our rural households have got access to toilet facility.
Absolutely.
50% of our urban households do not have access to toilet facility. This, when Mahatma Gandhi said that sanitation is more important than independence. So people who profess to follow Mahatma Gandhi, this is their callousness that this country is bearing, and the whole idea of launching the Swachh Bharat mission is precisely to address these issues. So since he started with political rhetoric, I have to but force respond to him on the political side of it. As per 2011 census, 113 million households do not have access to toilets. I mean, these are humongous figures. This, after 67 years of being independent, if we are in such dire conditions, which party is to be blamed? The party which ruled this country for 6 decades, and that party is which Shehzad is representing.
All right. Let this not be a Shehzad versus Sanjeev fight. At least not today.
Can I just
Please, not today, Shehzad. Not today. I want to talk of the larger issue here, Shehzad.
Sure.
What I want to ask Sanjeev ji, in fact, Shehzad, I don't think you'll be complaining too much, is what is the plan? Sanjeev ji, the question I want to ask is, I have not yet, I mean, it was a great initiative and all of that. We have seen articles in print where it has said that the road that Mr. Narendra Modi cleaned had been cleaned earlier, twice earlier, and it was just a photo op, it was just a rhetoric, it's just an eyewash. The point is, in 1 month, I should ideally see more dustbins on the road. I should ideally see a plan for waste disposal. I know toilets, sanitation, all those things are there. But the first thing, even if you target the urban areas first, I would like to see more dustbins. And I can tell you, the area where I reside, I have not seen any extra dustbin on the streets. That is my question to you.
So Nilanjala ji, what I would like to mention here is when Modi ji or a celebrity, as Sachin Tendulkar, or Hrithik Roshan, or Salman Khan, or even Shashi Tharoor for that matter, when they pick up the broom and try to sweep a road, it doesn't mean that they are going to do it every day. It is more a symbolic thing.
Absolutely.
It is more towards building an awareness.
Totally.
It is more towards building that responsibility, the sense of responsibility, that sense of commitment to keep our surroundings clean. That is for the message purpose. That's number one. Number two, the objectives of this particular mission. We intend to provide toilets to every household by 2019. That's the stated objective. And towards fulfilling that stated objective, we have already decided upon spending something like 2 lakh crore rupees, which is a sum which is appropriate to fulfillment of this mission. And not only that, started. Scores of corporate have committed funds, and we have enabled them by allowing commitment to Swachh Bharat Mission under their CSR responsibility. So again, probably Shahjad Bhai will interject by saying that even the CSR fund was devised by UPA. So devising anything is one thing, taking it across to its logical conclusion, making it effective is where we excel in. So we have no qualms in taking forward any right initiative which UPA might have started. We will take it to logical conclusion, and that has been our whole hallmark.
All right, Shehzad, would you like to respond to that?
Yeah, see, so Sanjeev has said some things, and he's now beginning to become my spokesperson as well. But I'm glad that he accepted that it was an initiative of the UPA which got taken forward, whether it was even the CSR.
The CSR.
More importantly, I would like to point out that the Nirmal Gram program that was started, that got a lot of competition between villages at the grassroots level, because of which there was a lot of awareness created about cleanliness at the grassroots level. So you see, tagging celebrities is one thing, but what are you doing it at the cutting edge level of creating awareness? Now, let me put 3 questions to Sanjeev. In the last 5 months, except for getting celebrities to do photo ops like Anil Ambani, etc., have you done anything to provide better infrastructure, cleanliness, insurance, or any of these better working facilities, wages to the guys who are the rag pickers, who are the ones who are actually taking up things at the local level? No. Let me give you another example. You said that for the last 67 years, Congress hasn't done anything. Actually, Congress came up with a lot of policies at the national level, but the implementation of these things happens at the local levels, which are at the councillor levels. Now, Bombay, Indore, Bhopal, Delhi, all the places where the cities are dirty are actually local councillors which are ruled by BJP. So there you go. Why the reason why the cities are in terrible condition is because the BJP hasn't followed at the local level the policies of the Congress. Now, thirdly, let me ask Sanjeev that if they're serious about these programs, then why has socio-cultural organizations like RSS not taken part in it? Why has the local level infrastructure at municipal corporations like Indore, Bhopal, these are cities controlled and run by BJP governments at the local level. What have they done? Have they increased wages of the people? Have they provided better equipment to clean the cities? Have they done anything constructive and substantial except for coming on TV with a broom and cleaning areas which were already clean? Like there was actually a joke that Defense Ministry officials were cleaning the cleanest roads of Lushni's Delhi. I mean, that is a joke. That's a PR event, and it's a very badly managed PR event.
Shehzad, can I interject before Sanjeev ji responds to that?
Sure.
The fact remains that we do not have enough toilets. The fact remains that we do not, women out there in the villages have to wake up early in the morning to defecate, and they become victims of sexual predators. Okay,
absolutely.
And the fact that the roads are not clean. I mean, somewhere, don't you think the Congress also has to take responsibility that at a macro level there has been a failure in terms of waste management?
I'll tell you, see, in our country, unfortunately, in our society, unfortunately, the idea of having toilets and making toilets an integral part of an infrastructure of the house has not been there. In the last 10 years, let me tell you, the Rural Development Ministry ran programs. Vidya Balan was one of the
I was just going to say, Vidya was on radio.
So those ads were created by Jairam Ramesh, and those are still on right now. BJP is using them also. That's very good on their part. But those ads were done, and because of the constructive approach of the UPA government, that penetration of toilets increased tremendously, that it has increased previous year. And also let me tell you that manual scavenging, which is, I must say, a curse to our society, was banned in 2012 by an act that was created by Act of Parliament and the UPA government. But despite that act of manual scavenging, in Ahmedabad city, there are manual scavengers still there. You can just Google the news reports. So Mr. Modi, again, who was the chief minister, failed to implement. So that's what we are saying. A lot of good work was done by the central government. Money was given. Programs were run. The state governments and largely the local bodies like Gandhinagar to Bhopal to Indore failed to implement it. But today they're adopting Gandhiji's vision.
So are you saying that your government,
I welcome it.
Are you saying that your government failed to market what it's doing? Do you think Mr. Narendra Modi is doing a better job?
Congress has always been bad at marketing its achievements and its programs.
All right.
But we don't do things for marketing. We do things to change people's lives. This is the legacy of the Congress. 92, we opened up the economy. Today, people are reaping benefits. We don't care about marketing. We care about the people. BJP cares about PR, and we welcome it. Even if it's for PR, they're taking our agenda forward. That's good.
Okay, Sanjeev ji, let me just take your quick reaction on that. After we will move on to Nityanand ji. Yeah.
See, Shehzad Bhai,
the Congress has agreed that it's bad at
lens.
marketing. Sanjeev ji, the Congress has agreed it has not marketed what it's done.
It's a welcome admission. They are going to agree to a lot more things. They are very poor at execution of ideas. They are very poor at owning up, personalities of earlier Congress. They don't do that. Look at what happened with Sardar Patel. A towering personality like Sardar Patel wasn't given his due by Congress party. And the moment we started, creating programs in his names, that is where they remember Sardar Patel. So, that has been the hallmark of Congress party. I have no qualms about that. I do not have, much complaints about it as well. It's the voters in this country, it's the citizen of this country who have the complaint. Citing another statistics, there are only 1 lakh toilets per 1 million functional schools in India for girls.
Yes.
That is the callousness which I was referring to. And they have been in power for 60 years. They want us to do things in 30 days, in 5 months, and they have not done even 1% of those things which they expect us to do in 5 months, in 6 decades of their rule.
All right.
Well,
Okay, Shehzad, can I please bring in Nityanand ji now?
Sure. Please bring in, but I have the right to rebut.
No, of course you do. Of course, you just hold your thoughts there for some time because Nityanand ji
Absolutely.
is not going to be staying with us too long. He's here only for a short period of time. So
Sure.
he joins us just for 2 or 3 minutes online, and I welcome Mr. Nityanand Jayaraman. He's a renowned environmentalist. Sir, welcome. My first question to you is, it's been a month since Swachh Bharat Abhiyan was launched. If you've been listening to the political rhetoric there, there was a lot of frenzied comments, a lot of, people saying that, okay, finally we are going to see a clean India. Government officers, you remember, were asked to come into office to clean up their offices and, start at that level. Do you think it is a sustainable campaign? Do you think this Swachh Bharat Abhiyan is actually headed towards a cleaner India, sir?
Well, I think that as a campaign, it is always possible for campaigns to succeed, but I do not have much hopes for this particular campaign for a number of reasons. I don't think it is a sincere campaign.
Why?
And the reason why I say that is even while we're looking at, this very aesthetic act of cleaning up your streets and cleaning up your buildings, you have a government that has not made a single comment over so many months of their being in power about the garbage, about the toxic waste in Bhopal.
Yes.
The Bhopal survivors are currently sitting on hunger strike without water in Jantar Mantar. So cleaning up Bhopal is not on the agenda, but cleaning up all of Bharat seems to be. The second reason is that this is the same government that is currently extremely rapidly undoing all environmental laws. This government has identified growth as its priority. And there are 2 things that they have singled out as impediments to growth. One is environmental protection, and the second is public participation. So in their mind, our environment and our democracy are the 2 single largest impediments to their agenda of growth, and these are being undone. So I think that on the whole, this is not likely to be anything beyond aesthetics posing as environmentalism, and it's not really an environmental justice campaign.
All right. You remember that Mr. Narendra Modi talked of the 9 people tree system. Now, the fact that so many celebrities have come out in support of the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, doesn't it almost seem like some, the erstwhile ice bucket challenge? But then the issue I have, which I was even asking our other guests, is where does one actually throw the garbage? Where are the systems in place for it? And how do citizens finally engage with public systems or public services to ensure a Swachh Bharat?
See, the issue is that the solution to a dirty Bharat, it is seen as lying in cleaning up Bharat, which means you take out all the garbage and you throw it somewhere else. Now, when you clean up a particular place and throw it somewhere else, the place that you've cleaned up remains clean, but the place where you've thrown it to becomes dirty.
Exactly.
Unless you're planning to throw it outside Bharat, Bharat in one way or the other remains dirty. It is a concept of garbage. It's our concept of garbage and our concept of a way that needs to be re-examined. There needs to be a deeper engagement with what we call garbage or trash. Because just as we treat certain material as trash, we also treat certain people as trash. And these are the people who live next to the places where the rich people's garbage goes to. In Delhi, it might be the Bhavna area. In Bhavana or whatever, the place where you have a landfill. In Chennai, it's a place called Kodungayur. These are the places where our unwanted things go, but these are also the places where people from marginalized communities live. So this is just an age-old propagation of something that India has perfected in the form of casteism.
My last question to you, Nityanand sir, is that, no doubt which political ideology we belong to, all of us do want to see a clean India. We want our streets to be clean. We want our garbage to be regularly managed and disposed of. We all want, plastic to be recycled, whichever way that's possible, with waste to be recycled. How does one go about it practically? What is your solution where we can achieve a clean India in the real sense?
I think it is not possible to have a clean Bharat while pursuing an agenda of consumer-led growth, where on the one hand we want to keep consuming and increasing the amount of consumption, including of things that cannot be destroyed, of things like plastics and a number of toxic waste. And then we are dreaming of clean Bharat. That is not possible unless you can find communities that you're willing to sacrifice and dump upon. And that kind of cleanup will be the kind of cleanup we did during Commonwealth Games, where we put up big hoardings to prevent white people from seeing the poor people in our country. We are ashamed of that. And I think that this kind of an unjust mechanism, I mean, look at the way your airports are very clean, but the backsides of our cities, where we are certain that no white man will ever go, can remain as dirty and as festering as ever. I think that unless we come out of this mindset of cultural discrimination, I don't think we're going to be able to really achieve a Swachh Bharat. You might be able to achieve a Swachh capital, a Swachh airport, but we won't have a Swachh Bharat.
All right, thank you so much, Nityanand sir. There, all right, as you all heard, quite ominous, statements coming from environmental activists. Sanjeev ji, very quickly, can I have your response? He's saying that you're only ensuring that the white man does not see the filth.
That is totally incorrect. When we aim to provide toilet to every household by 2019, does it mean that all 125 crore people of this country are the white men? It doesn't apply like that. So it's okay. I mean, we welcome all kinds of criticism. Yeah. But the idea is we are going to focus on each of these issues which Nityanand ji has raised. Yeah. But you start on a big problem, you actually start focusing by addressing the bulk of that problem first, and then subsequently the smaller things can always be taken care of. You get my point? Yeah. And I like to...
The larger picture. You're saying look at the larger picture.
Look at the larger picture.
Yeah.
I also like to, remind Shahjad Bhai, when he said about manual scavenging, that was abolished in 1993. And the reason why it still exists is precisely this very fact that 30% of our rural households have got the toilets, 50% of urban households still do not have access to toilets. That's the problem. So until you create that infrastructure, and each of these things are going to go hand in hand. It is not that you are going to create one thing first and that is going to take care of everything else. It is a combined holistic effort, and that is where the Swachh Bharat mission excels over previous endeavors.
Shehzad, you heard Nityanand ji, he was not very optimistic about the manner in which things are really working out in terms of the sustainability of it and the manner in which the phasing out of the campaign. You also heard Sanjeev ji, who's saying that one is looking at the larger picture, one is endeavoring to create toilets for everyone, every household by 2019. Your comments?
I would have bought what Sanjeev ji is saying had he achieved that in Gujarat over the last 20, the government has been there for the last 20-25 years, BJP government. Had he achieved that at least in Gujarat, but Gujarat has the worst track record when it comes to providing toilets for girls in schools or for people at homes. So that's about that.
Okay.
He said that the Congress has done nothing. They didn't even celebrate Patel, and they forgot Patel. They're bad at marketing, etc., etc., etc. See, the reason why people don't take Mr. Modi very seriously when he initiates this campaign is because for the last 15 years, the CM of Gujarat also, he never really spoke about Patel or ever celebrated Patel. It's only when he came to the center and he needed a high-profile PR event that he remembered Patel, and that's exactly what he's done. When he took up Sabarmati river cleaning, he made an event out of it. He beautified the riverfront, but thereafter the Sabarmati river continued to be dirty, and it was castigated by the courts as being the third dirtiest river in the city. Now let me keep telling you that today this government in the last 5 months, you know what it has achieved? It has achieved from the Supreme Court the title of Kumbhakarna. That means the one who's sleeping while the environmental laws are being changed and is being put into jeopardy. The government has been castigated on multiple occasions for violating ecological and environmental laws for Mr. Adani, who is Mr. Modi's friend, and Sardar Sarovar project, which is in Gujarat, and it has earned the ire of the Supreme Court in the last 5 months. But Mr. Sanjeev will not look at that. And Congress has obviously done nothing, even though the CNG came into Delhi. And a lot of good things have happened in Delhi and elsewhere where Congress has been in power. Sanjeev may want to avoid it, that's fine. He wants to avoid the fact that it is the local corporations and the state governments which have allowed rivers like Ganga and etc. to be polluted, that is fine. What has the Supreme Court again said to the government on Ganga? That if we rely on you, Ganga will not be clean in our lifetime. This is what Supreme Court said just last month. So I want to tell Sanjeev that if you borrowed our project, and you want to carry it forward, by all means do it. But you know what? If you really want to clean India, you could have started off with your cabinet, which has one rapist minister, and it has 35% tainted people, and it has as a murderer as your party president. Start at least philosophically. Forget the larger aspect of cleaning a country like India. No, but you've adopted the Gandhian vision. We salute you for that. That Godse's children have finally come to Gandhi's line.
Shehzad, okay, let's concentrate on Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Let's not get into the rhetoric of what kind of people are there in his cabinet. Sanjeev ji, the Gujarat model, that a point that Shehzad has raised. Let me ask you about that. And Supreme Court's observations, and also what Mr. Nityanand said, that environmental laws are being very openly flouted in this country after this government has come to power, and Shehzad's statement that what happened in Gujarat, why wasn't any cleanliness drive taken there? Very quick.
That is the wrong way of looking at it. No environmental laws are being flouted. They have to, environmentalists and NGOs, they have to say such things, because if they do not say that, what are their reason for existence simply vanishes, isn't it? Shehzad bhai,
the Supreme Court of India
said you are behaving like this is your anti-NGO philosophy coming across.
Can I complete, Shehzad bhai?
Supreme Court has castigated you.
Shehzad, let him respond. He's heard you the first time. Let him respond.
It is so ironical that a government and a party upon which Supreme Court has come down so heavily, both in terms of 2G, in terms of coal allotments, these things.
Can we keep this discussion to Swachh Bharat Abhiyan? Please, can we keep this discussion? No 2G, no Raja, no people in the cabinet, please.
Nilanjana, you have to get the broader picture.
I think it's a very broad picture. Cleanliness of India is too broad a picture perhaps for you. Yes. Perhaps you need time even for that. You've been asking for time for every policy that you've started or taken forward.
Swachh Bharat Abhiyan involves, wiping out the kachra which has been created by Congress party over 6 decades. So that is also an objective of that.
All right, let me give both of you a break now. For the time being. Let's bring you some very, very interesting quotes, spoken by Mr. Narendra Modi when he launched the campaign, and we'll take it forward from there, Shehzad. This is again for you to comment on. Coming your way are some important quotes that Mr. Modi had made, and I'm going to read them out for you. They're coming up on your screens. A month after. Okay, these are some pictures. Before I get you those quotes, these are some pictures, of Mr. Modi cleaning up before and after. You see people cleaning up the places, and there you see Dadar Beach, Mumbai. The first picture, of course, was in Delhi itself. Okay, Jantar Mantar, New Delhi. You see pictures of before and after. Jaipur, Rajasthan. Wow, it's so shameful. This is again Jaipur and Rajasthan. Well, it seems to be maintained. Now these pictures, have been brought to us by Hindustan Times. They carried it, and we are borrowing these pictures from them. Indore, Bhopal, Shehzad, you just mentioned that. That is, of course. And now let's bring you Mr. Modi's quotes. He himself had wielded the broom. It is our social responsibility as citizens of India to help fulfill Gandhiji's vision of clean India. By his 150th birth anniversary in 2019, I am seeing that Gandhiji is looking through these specs, whether we have made India clean or not, whether what we have done. Devote 100 hours every year towards the cause of cleanliness is what he exhorted the people of the country to do. 100 hours every year towards the cause of cleanliness. Cleaning up the country cannot be the sole responsibility of sweepers. Do citizens have no role in this? We have to change this mindset. Sanitation should not be seen as a political tool, should only be connected to patriotism and commitment to public health. Okay, they seem to be the right things to say, Shehzad. The fact that citizens too have a role in this.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I know you're dying to do the but. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I think you're absolutely right. It's a joint partnership between citizens and between the government.
Yeah.
Therefore, for the last 60 years, the government did an entire program to create awareness, to build programs, to empower the grassroots, whether it was the Nirmal Gram, whether it was empowering scavengers, whether it was doing things for getting the unorganized sector in place and empowering them, or environmental laws, which is the legacy of the UPA government. These things were done. The ground roots and the grass work was done. We didn't market it. We don't want to market it. Now the BJP, all it has to do is build up. Today, when you see that the dirtiest cities are Jaipur, Indore, Bhopal, these are all BJP-run cities. It's not Bangalore, it's not Delhi, it's not Pune. These are all BJP-run cities. So we welcome BJP understanding and opening its mind up, A, to a Gandhian philosophy, given their Godse background, and B, to the idea that you want to take the Congress agenda forward, but take it in a serious way. Don't flout laws from Mr. Adani. Don't sleep like Kumbkaran on environmental laws. And please, for heaven's sake, make a concrete plan, not just 9 celebrities, but actually what are you doing for the Valmiki Samaj, which is mainly involved in this cleaning up business? What are you doing for the rag pickers? What are you doing for improving the wages? What are you doing for giving them gloves? What are you doing them for all these things? You please make a plan on that as well. Just don't do things, very aesthetically and over the top and over the surface. Go into it and do it. Get your hands dirty, Mr. Sanjeev.
Okay. Sanjeev ji, get your hands dirty.
Isn't that what many ministers did on that day, 2nd of October? Now,
we're asking what happened after that. The show on India Post Live is what's happening after that. Let me bring you all back on track.
So I told you what's happening after that. We are facilitating corporates to devote funds to start working on this Swachh Bharat mission by enabling them to qualify their donations, their activities under this program to qualify as part of CSR, executions. Now, I'd just like to respond to Shehzad Bhai, since he mentioned Kumbkaran twice in this program. Kumbkaran used to sleep for 6 months. Yeah. They slept for 60 years. Okay. 60 years.
It's all rhetoric. I'm talking about something serious.
When you do, it is not rhetoric. When I say
the Supreme Court has called the government Kumbkaran for very logical reasons. You have not filled up the tribunals of environmental, which are mandated by environmental laws.
Okay, Sanjeev ji.
The Supreme Court says something,
such a bad place for 60 years,
it doesn't specify
to America.
When Supreme Court observes something, it doesn't specify a particular government. It is government.
Sanjeev ji,
the order is not my fault.
Sanjeev ji, Shehzad, can I just ask something else now? There's a very important question that I have. Shehzad, 1 second. A very important question. Sanjeev ji, you remember in one of my shows, I think a couple of weeks back, I had said that there is no spokesperson in the PMO, right? Unfortunately, we as journalists, we are not getting to know a lot of things that your government is doing. I'm not saying the intent is not there. Even Shehzad is saying the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan is a great thing to have been taken forward, carried forward, initiated, whatever it is. The fact is that it has been 1 month. You are saying, you have told me on my show now that you are empowering corporates, you are empowering the people at the local governance level to take these things forward, to initiate CSR executions and all of that. But exactly how the work is progressing, don't you think the people of this nation deserve to know the progress, step-by-step progress? Can't you have this information out in the public domain, in your PIB website or someplace, where we can at least find out that, okay, ek mahina hua hai, this is what we have done. We have installed so many dustbins. We have installed so many toilets in so many villages. Don't you think we deserve to know that, sir? Don't you think the problem is lack of communication?
I'll tell you. Just cite an example where certain PSUs had taken upon themselves to create 50,000 toilets in next 1 year. They started work on 1,000 of those toilets, and within 1 month, that work has actually commenced on 5,000 toilets. And when you talk about PMO, not interacting with journalists, you just have to see. We have adopted the new age media. Look at the Twitter accounts of all our ministers. Whatever they are doing on daily basis, everything is being tweeted about, isn't it? I mean, we are targeting the citizen. We are targeting the Maliks of this country. What is lacking is that sensational news, which, media persons hang after.
Don't blame us all the time. So you're blaming us in every show, somewhere or the other. You make it a point to attack the media. That's not fair. I'm only asking you.
If you remember, even the Prime Minister praised media for converting their pens into brooms for this particular mission.
I remember.
We praised you.
I remember, which is why we are having this show after 1 month. We want to know.
Yes.
We want to know the progress.
Now I have a small comment to make on those photographs, before and after photographs. They look pretty similar to, those slimming and fitness clinics running across the nation. See, what happens is, this is a complete holistic program. We have put a time frame of 5 years. There are so many things which are there. A budget of 2 lakh crore is being allotted towards this, and it is not only about creating toilets. It is about creating awareness. 1,800 crore rupees has been allotted specifically for that for the next 1 year. It is also about providing clean drinking water by proper pipelines right down to the rural levels. So it is a holistic program, and including providing of dustbins and all. But this is some of these things get done by the local bodies, and it is not correct, Shehzad bhai, that all local bodies across the nation are run by BJP as a party. Congress party also runs so many local bodies.
Okay, are you saying that the execution?
I like to Nilanjan, I like to say it by a couplet. इतनी सी बात हवाओं को बताए रखना, रोशनी होगी चिरागों को जलाए रखना. It's a very beautiful thing.
Wow.
This is what we are doing.
Okay.
We are working silently, and also where required to create an awareness. Where required to create that awareness, we are using all forms of communication and publicity to get the point across. Shehzad bhai.
Shehzad, you have to really come up with a great rebuttal to those lovely lines.
I want to give, since he's quoted an Urdu couplet, which is strange for BJP to do, given their affinity for Urdu. Let me quote an Urdu couplet. कि ता उम्र तुम यही गलती करते रहे, धूल चेहरे पे थी और आईना तुम साफ करते रहे. So the problem is that BJP is living in denial. The Supreme Court is expressing its anger that they are changing environmental laws, and which is the crux of maintaining the ecological and environmental balance of our beautiful country. They are living in denial. They say it's NGOs who are doing this. It's when the media has actually supported them in this initiative, they're blaming the media that you all are not getting sensational news, therefore you all are making up all these stories. And thirdly, they're living in denial. For the last 60 years, so much has happened. But forget all of that. I am only asking Sanjeev ji that do not make Swachh Bharat the same way that Modi's Clean Sabarmati program took place, because today Sabarmati, after cleaning it by Mr. Modi, became the third dirtiest river in the country. I don't want my country to become even more dirty, and just a part of Mr. Modi's elaborate PR event. Please get into it, get your hands dirty.
All right.
Congress, yes, the local authorities of the Congress party have helped you. That's why Bangalore is clean, Pune is clean, Delhi is clean. The ones which are not clean are Indore, Bhopal, which are your responsibility. Do it.
All right. All right.
Shahjad bhai, Anil Anjala, quick one sentence to
Final
Shahjad
comments.
bhai's
Final comments from both of you.
Sure.
No, I'll just first like to say a single line.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Shahjad bhai, धूल ऐनक पे है, आईने को दोष ना देते रहिए. Okay, now the final comments.
Yeah.
Shahjad bhai, you are fooling your responsibility as an opposition party. LOP ineligibility is besides the point. Please fulfill your responsibility towards this noble project by wholeheartedly trying to make it a success. All the more reason since you say this project belongs to UPA government. So we have no problems. Contribute to that project. Your criticisms are well taken and taken in right spirit. Let us all join forces for a Shresth Bharat. We all owe it to our nation.
Okay, Sanjeev ji, can I fulfill my responsibility as a citizen now to you? Not as a media person, but as a citizen. I would like to, I'm waiting for the day when I'm able to spot a dustbin which is regularly cleaned out, where I can throw a piece of paper from my car, okay? I'm also waiting for that day when, if I need to go to the loo, I need to go to the toilet, I know that there is a public convenience, a clean, hygienic public convenience available to me as a woman. You know, for men, of course, the whole world is a toilet. For me as a woman, I want to see a clean public convenience located every 2 kilometers in my city and in every city of the country. That is my ardent desire that I'm expressing to you as a responsible citizen. By when can I see this happen?
It is already being provisioned into it. It's one of the principal components of Swachh Bharat mission. Give us 5 years.
And also get the men to stop peeing on the walls. That is also important. We need to get them off the walls also. All right. Thank you so much. You've said that it is a priority, so I'll take your word on that. Shehzad, last comments from you. I have expressed my angst because this is a very practical problem that I face. Your last comments, Shehzad.
My last words are that I hope Mr. Modi has not bitten off more than what he can chew, but with the full hope that he can deliver at least half of what he promises. And Shashi Tharoor, as you've seen, Congress MP joined this program. We are all there to support him. But Mr. Modi,
you removed him as spokesperson, Shehzad.
Go beyond PR events. Do what is required of you and stop blaming the Congress. We've lost the election, you're in power. Don't sound like a victim.
All right, great. Don't sound like a victim, you're in power. Get your hands dirty, get the country clean is Shehzad's message to the BJP, to the NDA government. Thank you so much. I think it was a great discussion. I'm really glad we also had an environmentalists aspect into it. And so it wasn't totally a political rhetoric on this show. Thank you so much, both of you. Sanjeev ji, Shehzad, always a pleasure having you. It's always a pleasure to listen to you. Nityanand sir, of course, it was great him joining us from all the way from Chennai. For all those of you who've watched the show, I'm looking forward to your comments on India Post Live, your video comments, your posts and your tweets at #IndiaPostLive and @IndiaPostLive. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.